Sorry, I'll confuse myself a little bit because I cannot see R there, and then I don't want to like hold you up on the video, but that person labeled it wrong. It's R there, but confused. So first we need to follow the translations and then show it that we have moved that point to R. X and Y. As told you, X is kind of like completing the square. If you want to move to the left hand side, you need to write adding 180. So that is a tangent graph, and you know every 90 degrees it will not pass. So the 180 must be here because it will be at 90, 90. That -3 doesn't matter where, as long as it's below and label it correctly R there. Then you're going to write that as an expression. So how can I write that as an expression? It's like completing the square. The X will be adding 180 because it's go left. It's the opposite. And then the Y is going to be take away 3 when it just take away 3. So I don't think that any of you get it right, or maybe one of you got 1 mark, but that is fine. The last one, I have gone through it with you already. However, when I look at your yellow books, many of you did not draw the graphs still on the tests. Many of you did not still draw the graphs on tests. And I think that in order for you to have it embedded in your learned time memory, you'll need to draw the graphs. You need to have the habit of every time seeing this type of questions, you will draw the graphs, shade or make yourself clear if it's above 0, bigger than 0, less than 0. If it's bigger than 0 means it's here because I want to find out all this curve, what is the value on this curve, what the X value is. If it's less than 0, that is 0 obviously, and then you will want to find out what is this, so that is kind of shading this way. So that's why on the slide that I show you briefly, I would like you to practice this. So in your book, if you still got time, do this. And I make it easy already is I did not need you to factorize. I'm factorized it already for you. And what you have to do is just to show that in and inequalities. So that is less than 0, less than equal to 0. And pause the video, have a go. So hopefully you have drawn the graph. I took this from another worksheet, so part of the worksheets. If I have drawn the graph, so you can see less than 0, this is less than 0. I want to find out all this dot to the X value. So the X value will be between 3 and -5. And then they will be in between, okay? So the other one is less than again. It will be here in between. So if I change the question, to that is less than 0, that I mean the whole thing is bigger than 0. The whole thing is bigger than equals to 0, and you should now able to tell as a consolidate. You don't have to do it, but I really need you to know if it's above 0, bigger than 0, they will be on here, and then you will have X bigger than 3 or less than -5. So if I change the question to have it above 0, bigger than 0, so you should know now X will be any number from there. So X can be bigger than 2 and less than -3. Okay, so hopefully you have learned something today, and I will see you when I get back.